Up next, the Human Race Theater Company is one of the few theater companies in the nation dedicated to bringing new musicals to the stage. Take a look.
I've been writing this musical for a long time, and now it's finally happening because some theater cared enough to get the music together with the choreography, together with the book and the story and the characters and the casting and the design look and the orchestrations. It's a beast. It's a complex undertaking, and very few theaters understand that. And if they do understand it, very few theaters actually are willing to make the sacrifices to do it. And Kevin and this theater have educated this entire community. They've actually made people part of the process and made them excited to see something come back in a couple of years and see where it's developed because of their support. I mean, that's a rare thing.
The Human Race Theater Company, Dayton's only professional theater company, has been working with composer and lyricist David Spangler and others to bring a new country musical, Play It by Heart, to the stage.
Artistically, it's the best feeling you could possibly have. When you find a theater that's willing to put the resources and feels that your product is important enough to pay to bring you all together and really work, it's like heaven for a writer.
It's fairly unique. Not all theaters develop new works. There are theaters that simply produce existing works. And even among those that produce works, we are a little unique because we do provide full 2-week experience where the writers can come in and try out their work. We provide them with everything they need, a place to do it, equipment, and most of all, very talented actors so they can see it come alive and experience. And something that Dayton has is that we have a very sophisticated theater community. And so when these works are being developed and there's an opportunity to present it to an audience, they get very valuable feedback. So my experience is that they love coming here, and it's a sought-after opportunity.
The type of theater that we do is very different from what the Victoria Theater brings in as the road tours. I don't want to compete with the Victoria Theater. What they bring in is wonderful, and that's great, and that serves a specific audience. We do try to complement that. We try to give the other side. Plus, our space is much more intimate. It's 212 seats. It's a 3/4 thrust, which means that the audience is only 6 rows away from what's going on the stage, which means they can't help but be more involved in the story that's going on.
Creating a professional theater company was both a chance to develop Dayton talent and keep them here, and then also use them as teaching agents in area colleges, schools, and private studios. Founding member Kevin Moore has transitioned into many roles over his career with the company, most recently the artistic director.
The basic job of the artistic director is to make sure that the stories that we put on stage fulfill the mission of the company, which has been to really show the human condition. What is it about us that makes us human, both the good and the bad? Part of my job is to make sure that our audience sees theater while it's still new. I want to make sure that we do it first. I want to make sure that we work with the playwrights and the composers, and we create the shows brand new and fresh here, so that some of them originate here and then move on and go other places.
The Love Theater inside the Metropolitan Arts Center is the home of the Human Race Theater Company. The shows like Play It by Heart are what Kevin calls homegrown.
We hand select the properties, and we build them here on site. We shop for the materials here, whether that be fabric or whether it be lumber or steel. So it's all sort of built right here. And then we cast it, we put the teams together, and then we rehearse it here.
I think talented people pop up everywhere. In this case, this is a very unique thing. They have to act, they have to sing, they have to kind of dance, they have to be able to authentically deliver a country song, but also do it in a way that is acceptable within the Broadway musical theater style.
Oddly enough, the rehearsal process typically is 3 to 4 weeks. It's not a long period of time to put a show together. With a new work, which we're in the middle of right now, there's a little bit more time involved in that, but a lot of it is sort of pre-rehearsals. Many times the writers are hearing the work for the first time on a group of people, because they sit in a room together, they hear it, they say it to themselves, but until they put it in the mouth of an actor and start hearing it come out, they don't really know how it's going to play and how it's going to sound.
Play It by Heart is a rags to riches story of a family that struggles to get out of poverty with the help of their charismatic, big-time country star daughter.
We've found a consensus among the creative staff is that it is about forgiveness. And it's about a family having to forgive each other for what they had to go through to get where they were. And, everybody has a dark side, and so people's dark sides come out in this as well as, the happy stuff on stage. And then there's just a bunch of secrets that if I tell you anything, it'll spoil it.
People who come and attend regularly know that they are always going to see a quality performance. And I like the fact that I'm part of the action because this theater is so intimate. You can feel the energy. You can interact, basically, with the actors on stage simply by responding.
I think it's like a cross between a church and a classroom is kind of what I think the theater is. You enter that atmosphere and you know that something important's going on. It's going to bring you either joy or a higher level of understanding or functioning as a human. So I think that's why Dayton supports the theater, and I think that even though they can't always talk about it, they sense the importance of an institution like this in their community, and they consider it a treasure.
It's not the easiest thing in the world to be a professional theater company, but I love my job. I've been here since the beginning. It's 28 years, founding member, so I must enjoy it, or I'm just a masochist, I don't know which.
To find out more about the Human Race Theater Company, visit the Detroit Performs website.